Hello, welcome students. In this topic, you are going to learn about depositing beads with filler rods on mild steel M.S.Sheet 2 mm thick in the flat position using Oxy-Acetylene Welding process.
Objectives. At the end of this topic, you will be able to prepare the M.S.Sheet as per the size 150 mm length, 50 mm width and 2 mm thickness. Select the correct nozzle for the welding torch. Select filler rod and set oxyacetylene gas pressure. Deposit uniform weld bead by using the filler rod. Now let us look at the tools and equipment required for OAW process. Steel wire brush, safety clothing, gloves, PPE kit, nozzle number 3, CCMS filler rod 3 mm, OAW setup, cylinder key, spark lighter, gas welding goggles. Now let us see the pre-welding preparation for depositing beads with filler rod on M.S.Sheet 2 mm thick in flat position. Use gloves while handling sheets. Clean the M.S.Sheet from dust, oil and grease by cleaning cloth. Keep the 2 mm M.S.Sheet on the table and mark the size as 150 mm length, 50 mm width and 2 mm thickness. Cut the job piece to the specified length using the shearing machine. Remove buckling of sheet due to shearing by hammer on the anvil. To obtain a sheet size of 50 by 2 mm, file the uneven edges of the job to remove the burrs and edge unevenness. Check the squareness using tri-square. Remove rust if any using a wire brush and emery paper. Do not rub with heavy pressure on the wire brush. Use the emery paper rolled on a piece of wood while cleaning. Remove paint, oil or grease by dipping the M.S.Sheet in a solvent of dilute hydrochloric acid. Apply marking media over the M.S.Sheet. Draw lines 10 mm from the edge parallel to the sheet's longer edge, then punch along the lines to use as a guide. Punch parallel lines on the sheet surface as per sketch. Keep the job on the work table on a fire brick to reduce the heat conduction and to position the job flat. Wear safety apparels and gas welding goggles. Now let us see the process for depositing beads with filler rods on M.S.Sheet 2 mm thick in flat position using OAW process. Select and fix the nozzle size 5 or nozzle size 3. Set acetylene 1 kg per centimeter square and oxygen pressure 0.15 kg per centimeter square. Select copper coated mild steel CCMS filler rod 1.6 mm. Ignite the oxyacetylene gases and set the neutral flame. Hold the blowpipe on the right hand and at an angle of 60 to 70 degrees with the punched line of the job and make a small molten pool at the right hand edge of the line. Keep the flame cone distance 2 to 3 mm above the job surface. Hold the filler rod in the left hand pointing near the molten pool with an angle of 30 to 40 degrees with the line of weld. Melt the base metal at the right end of a punched line and create a molten pool or puddle. Fuse the end of the filler rod by dipping at the center of the molten pool and add filler metal on the job surface to form a weld bead. Along the punched line, move the filler rod and blowpipe in a gentle circular motion towards the left at an even pace. Move the filler rod up and down at a constant speed. Add enough rod into the molten pool to build up the bead evenly in height and width. Adjust the rate of travel of the blowpipe with the filler rod to control the size of the bead and the required penetration or depth of fusion. Keep the filler rod end within the outer flame to avoid oxidation. Stop at the left-hand end of the punched line by filling the crater properly. Extinguish the flame and cool the nozzle. Remove the filler rod end from the weld zone before the weld pool solidifies. Clean the bead with steel wire brush. Inspect the weld bead for any surface defects.
Let us do a quick recap of what you have learned from this topic. Prepare the MS sheet as per the size 150 mm length, 50 mm width and 2 mm thickness. Select the correct nozzle for the welding torch. Blowpipe. Select filler rod and set oxy-acetylene gas pressure. Deposit uniform weld beads by using the filler rod. Thank you, students. Let us meet in the next session.